Good morning. Calling user, please mute your phone until your docket is called. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We're still waiting on personnel from the Department of Building and Housing to join us. Please mute your microphones until your docket is called. Once your docket is called, you will introduce yourself and your relationship to the property. Mr. Chairman, you can begin with the preamble.
Okay, in compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's open meeting law in section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio in 1796, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the city planning department conduct their meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record before the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile versions and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you, and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also use the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located at the bottom of the WebEx screen. All meeting activities being recorded by way of the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed by way of YouTube. All requests to speak on a particular matter by way of our website and email have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided, I'm running out of space here. Carmela, can we move that up?
You can't see it.
The bottom part, no. Afraid to hit a button here.
Can you see it now?
No, let me see if I can, there, okay, I got rid of that tab across the bottom. Okay. We also have received emails from those who have provided written comments on a particular matter. Okay, now I'm once again out of. Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is Dan Jacobson from the Law Department. Preliminary issues, the live stream. Can we verify that the live stream is on and functioning?
Through the chair, yes.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, if the Law Department has done since these meetings have gone public and or virtual or hybrid, law is stating its objection to the use of the chat function. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Davis.
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Here.
Mr. Dink?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, call the first docket is housing docket 82724 1100 East 174th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance issued on January 9th of 2024. Appeal was received January 29th of 2024, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Chief Billing Official Tom Hanover, Dan Jacobson Law. Would the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
Yes, this is Dawn Young Jones. I'm the owner of the property.
Okay, Ms. Jones, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
Okay. Excuse me. We had hoped to do repairs of the structure, but after looking closely at it, it is deteriorated even beyond what we thought. So the intent is to demolish, and we have obtained a permit for that.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellate, do you live in this structure?
Yes, I do.
So, Mr. Chairman, the permit was pulled yesterday, so we don't object to 30 days to raise the structure and abate the violations.
Okay, motion is in order for October 25th, 30 days, 2024 to abate the violation. Motion
So moved.
moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley? Ms. Bradley, I believe you're muted. Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, next docket is housing docket A3224, 10530 Woodland Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance, issued January 23rd of 2024. Appeal statement was received February 13th of 2024, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, and Jacobson Law. Would the appellate or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Beard owner.
Mr. Beard solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and proceed. Let us know what your plans are.
I was just trying to get the funds to, I didn't know I needed a permit to shut off the porch. I really don't know the process, what I have to go through. I just wanted to remove my porch. Other stuff, I have to get funds to do it, so we should work it on.
Now, how much time do you think you need?
Really, probably to the spring, so 6-7 months.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we object to more time to get funding. This is a multi-unit building, and the 6 months that was originally requested has long since expired. We're more in the 9-month timeframe. This is obviously, you can see by the photos, this is a hazard, and we ask that you deny more time and remand it back to the Department of Building and Housing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. A motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property division of building and housing for any further action. Motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Next docket is housing docket A3324, 3410 West 94th Street. It has been withdrawn.
Yeah, I live in Park. I was told to wait here to find out what I had to do.
You live in the property?
Yeah, I live in Park.
You could have asked for, give more
I
testimony.
mean, I was told, when I came down, they told me just wait for this, come here and find out what am I supposed to do. All they told me was give money for the rest. So I was. all
You
I
can
was
still
told.
get your permit.
I-
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Beard is still in here saying that he lives in the property and was saying that he, have a seat. Mr. Chairman, can you reopen docket 83224? He wanted to give additional testimony, to you.
Additional testimony. But I think when we looked at the pictures,
Yeah.
okay, and it appears that, it's nothing's being done. It's been 8 months. And so he can still fix it. There's no question. He can go down, pull the permits, whatever he needs to do and fix it. But we're not giving him any more time to doing it. We're just telling them, hey, you haven't done that in 8 months. Let's go. Let's get it done. That's what we're saying.
Okay,
So he can still get it done. He just needs to do it.
thank you.
Okay, so we had housing docket 83324, 3410 West 94th Street's been withdrawn. So go to housing docket A 3424, 3478 West 56th Street.
Application fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit and hazardous condition. Issued on January 10th and January 11th of 2024. Appeal was received January 12th of 2024. The appellant did not request any time for abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Chief Building Official Tom Vanover and Jacobson Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see Samuel Mitchell in the participants panel and or present today in room 514.
Okay, Mr. Vanover solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with this hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, bear with me a moment because I'm looking up the violation notice. Yes, so Mr. Chairman, this was a permit, a violation notice that included a fence without a permit, as well as there was barbed wire on the fence. It appears that a permit was issued and has been inspected. And based on the photos attached, it appears that the barbed wire has been removed. We would ask that you deny more time and remand it. And if this issue is resolved, which it appears to be, then we will close the violation notice accordingly.
Okay, motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property division of building and housing for any further action. Motion,
So moved.
moved by Mr. Dink,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Housing docket 8, 524, 2048 West 100th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on January 18th of 2024. Appeal was received February 2nd of 2024. Appellant did not request time at the time of filing to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Chief Building Official Tom Vanover and Jacobson Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see Attorney Eric Allen in the participants panel, nor is he present in room 514 today.
Okay, Mr. Vanover solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis. Did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to through the chair to Dan Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
All right, Mr. Chairman, bear with me a moment. I'm looking at the inspection record. Mr. Chairman, it appears that this notice of violation has been closed out, the work being compliant.
So we give today,
That's fine.
okay. Let's see, a motion is in order for, September 25th, 2024 to abate the violations. Motion,
So moved.
move, we have Mr. Maskey, I believe.
Second.
Okay,
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Mashpee?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Okay, housing docket A 3624 1345 West Boulevard.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is rental registration, interior and exterior maintenance, and unauthorized illegal use. Issued on February 5th of 2024. Appeal was received February 14th of 2024, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Chief Billing Official Tom Vanover, Dan Jacobson Law. Would the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
My name is Maria Armstrong Murphy.
Okay, Ms. Murphy, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Is there another oath, Mr. Gallagher, that can take?
Another oath, solemnly swear to tell the truth,
Yes.
okay? Go ahead and let us know what your plans are.
So this situation is a very complicated property. It was stolen from me from Michael Prince. It was fraudulently title transferred by Michael Prince. He stole 19 houses at the county, and it went to court. In the meantime, he sold it to another party. He sold it to another party who purchased it legally, and now the house is under dispute. The title is under dispute. Michael Prince was prosecuted by J.D. May and has not been sentenced because he hasn't gone, before the judge for sentencing. And the house was put back into my name by the judge's orders. He put back into my name on August 31st of last year, 2023. However, I do not have possession of the property. SLA Holdings is still in possession of the property. The property is under soft title dispute at the court, and I've tried to evict him about 8 times, and I've been thrown out of housing court for the eviction. So the situation is such that I am the legal owner on the title at the county, and I'm fighting to regain possession. But at this point, I do not have possession of the property. I've not been able to make the corrections of the violations because I haven't regained possession. I'm asking for either more time to correct this, I regain possession, or to drop the violations entirely and then, reevaluate the situation once I invite the investigators and the inspectors out to see the property.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
Well, Mr. Chairman, it appears that the ownership and the title are in dispute, but that's beyond the authority of this board. We wholly object to closing the violation notices because the violation notices do exist and continue to exist until they're rectified. So we would ask when, if the request is for more time, how much time?
I don't know when I will gain possession. It's still in the court system. And if you look on the violations, they put my name and they put the owner of SLA Holdings both accountable. If they hold him accountable, then he has possession right now, then he can fix the violations. If they hold me accountable, I can't fix the violations until I have possession of the property. My attorney, Ron O'Leary, filed some papers for this morning. I don't know if you received them.
Okay. Mr. Vanover, I think we got to move this out of ways to give more time. Like you said, we don't want to dismiss this, but because it's got to be repaired and eventually somebody's going to prevail. And but I think we have to move this out of ways.
Mr. Chairman, you can grant more time. Again, there was no specific ask. However, I would interject that you can remand this to the Department of Building and Housing while the court proceedings are going forward. And then any administrative or legal action taken by the Department of Building and Housing will also be subject to the evidence provided in this case.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty. Just as a point of clarification, I looked at the board's file and the violation notices are in the entity name served in care of Ms. Murphy. She is not named personally. She's served in care of, to be clear with the board.
Okay, you're saying she is a representative?
Yes, the violation notice is issued. I was looking at the board's file, what was filed with the board. It is to the company in care of her for service.
Okay. Well, I think with that being the case, I think we are better off to deny any more time remanded to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
this is Dan Jacobson from Law. Through the chairman to the appellant, what is your current affiliation with either entity, Muse Spaces and or SLA Holdings LLC?
I have no affiliation with SLA Holdings. We're in a lawsuit over title and they will not give me back possession of my house. So I have no affiliation with them. Muse Spaces, I am the only member of Muse Spaces. I am the owner and the only member.
Through the chairman to the appellant, the Ohio Secretary of State reflects that Muse Spaces LLC has been canceled as a business entity for failure to maintain agent.
I'm not aware of this violation. I can have my attorney look into it today. I mean, he just drew up papers today. I wasn't aware of this, sir.
So, Mr. Jacobson, with that motion, is it best to rehear this because we're uncertain of? I don't know.
No, I think, that the issue is, the title issue is independent of the matter before the court.
Okay. All right, then I think we're gonna go ahead with the motion to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action and letting the city go ahead and wait on resolution from the courts or whatever happens. Okay, motion is so in order.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dane,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out to you within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can we have a quick 2 minutes?
Yes, you sure can.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Should we call the next property then?
Yes.
Okay. Adjudication order, building docket A 167-24, 700 Prospect Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. This is an adjudication order to be permit 240-06270 FP. Issued on August 20th of 2024. Appeal was received September 11th of 2024. Asking the board to grant variance. Present for today's hearing, Chief Building Official Tom Vanover, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Mr. Chairman, before the hearing continues, I need to recuse myself from this one.
Okay, very good. Mr. Dank will be recused.
Terry Fields, your mic is muted.
And Mr. Chairman, I have Fire Lieutenant Jim Alexiak sitting here with me.
Okay,
So you'll swear him in as well
okay.
when we get to the swearing in part.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, maybe they might have walked away, have some type of technical issue. Did you want to move forward?
Okay,
Propose and then come back?
okay. No, we'll move forward and then come back. All right. Next docket are the bridge dockets. We have 78 bridge dockets in front of us. Let's see. We can read off the first one, Bridge Docket A 275-23, 2 Broadway, Cleveland, Ohio, also known as South Harbor Bridge.
Application and fees are in order. The notice of violation is exterior maintenance that was issued on August 29th of 2023. Appeal was received September 28th of 2023. Present for today's hearing, Chief Billing Official Tom Vanover and Jacobson Law. With the attorney for Norfolk Southern Railroad Company, please state your name for the record.
This is Joe Santoro from Gallagher Sharp on behalf of Norfolk Southern Railway Company.
Okay, it's solemnly swear to tell the truth. This is for Mr. Santoro and also for Lieutenant Lesiak.
No,
Hello? Someone say something?
Lieutenant is not testifying on the railroad.
Who is it?
Oleksiak is not. He's
Oh,
there.
that's right. Okay, we had him on the last. Okay, you're right. Okay, just Mr. Santoro. Solemnly swear to tell the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Chairman Gallagher.
Okay, all right. So we're going to, what's the plans here as far as proceeding?
Well, Dan Jacobson filed a pleading with the board yesterday. I'm notifying the board that the city has closed all of the notices of violations, all 78 of them. And therefore our appeals are moot.
Okay, from the city, may we hear from the city?
Mr. Chairman, Dan Jacobson from Law. On behalf of the Law Department, yes, the docket numbers regarding the appeals filed by Norfolk Southern Railway Company, the underlying violation notices have been closed.
Okay, so we can dismiss these as mute?
Yes.
Okay, so motion is in order to dismiss all 78 of the violations that exist and regard them as mute. Motion,
Chairman
Wait,
Gallagher.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Just so we're clear, today we only have like 16 of them, and then there are 16 for the next 4 dates. So all, I guess what I'm saying is this affects the hearings for this date and the next 4 dates because it includes all 78.
Okay, and that is correct. So that this will be for all 78 of them over the next 4 dates. They will all be considered to be mute, and that's it. It'll be over with. Okay, motion is in order with that clarification.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dank,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Chairman Gallagher, just one more thing from
Yes.
myself. Since they are moot, there's no need for me to be present for the next 4 hearings. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. Down to them. We have some communication back with the adjudication order. Carmelo?
Terry Fields, are you there? Maybe you need to log out and log back in because we cannot hear you if you can hear us. Wait, let me call, they heard you. Terry, do you have the number? You can also call in, we still have your video going. Mr. Chairman, do you want to move forward with the approval of the resolution?
Yes.
Ed sent Terry Fields an email with the number to call in, able to call in.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. Okay, so approval of resolutions, we have 8/22/24, 8/24/24, 8/26/24, 8/30/24, LLC A166/24, LLC. Motion,
Motion for approval of the resolutions.
Second.
okay, move Moved by Mr. Dank, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes. Okay, approval of the minutes for September 11, 2024. Are there any additions or corrections?
No.
Motion
Motion for approval.
Second.
moved by Mr. Dank, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley? Yeah. Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I can, go and try to call this individual on the landline and see what's going on, and I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Very good. It's Mr. Fields?
Thousand apologies. Yes, sir. This is Terry Fields from Barotti Partners.
Okay, we can go ahead and get in the way. I think that, let's see, Ms. Davis was calling you, so I don't know if she's with us. Is Ms. Davis back?
I'm sorry, I believe that's her now. Excuse me.
Okay,
This is Patty. I just told Carmela that he called in. She'll be right back in.
okay, we'll give her a minute to settle in.
Mr. Fields, did you leave? You still there?
I hope he is.
We get notice on the screen in 514 that it left the meeting again.
Oh, yikes. We had him loud and clear.
Once again, good morning and apologies.
Okay,
Very good.
stay with us now. Ms. Davis, you back in?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'm back in. I'm getting to your slide. Okay.
Okay, we're set. We're good. Okay, we're gonna reintroduce the adjudication order for the building docket A 16724, 700 Prospect Avenue. Mr. Dank will be recusing himself from this particular docket. So we know we have, go ahead, Ms. Davis.
You open the docket, so you're gonna read it in.
Okay, this is an adjudication order to building, to be permit 240-06270-FP that was issued on August 20th of 2024. Appeal was received September 11th of 2024, requesting for a variance. Present for today's hearing, Chief Billing Official Tom Vanover, Dan Jacobson Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative, please state your name for the record.
Harry Field.
Okay, are you the only one going to be giving testimony, Mr. Fields?
Yes, sir.
Okay, solemnly swear, and this goes out to Lieutenant Alexiak and Mr. Vanover. So solemnly swear, tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Fields, go ahead.
We have 3 items that we would like to have waived. One of them, the first one has to do with natural light. It's in the 9th floor of the building, doesn't quite hit the 4% requirement. It's on the 9th floor of the building, and we'd like to get that, be able to take it off the cover, off the request for variances. Sorry, I'm not being very articulate. That's item 1. Item 2 has to do with the right of way. We were planning on, or we were hoping to put some area wells for a generator room for air changes in a generator room under the sidewalk, but it's not on the property. It's immediately street side of the property, but that area well already exists. And the third thing had to do with designation requirement for a fire service access elevator based on height. So as far as the light issue goes, there's really not much that we can do about it because it's an existing historic building. It's not dark up there. It was an office for quite a while, which, as I'm sure you know, has much greater women requirements. So that was the first item. I'm not quite sure how this works, so please stop me. Do we do this one by one?
You have 3 items. You need variance on all 3 items. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to take each one at a time and let Lieutenant Alexiak go ahead and respond to them, to what you're saying. Then if he has questions, he can run them by him. The Lieutenant?
So, Mr. Chairman, if you may, the Lieutenant and I will respond together. This is actually a building code issue. The adjudication, it appears that the items requested include both building and fire issues.
Okay.
In this particular instance, most, as you can see, in the adjudication order, several of the requests for variances are OBC 106 items where we are requesting more information on the plans in order to make the determination of code compliance. So we object to a variance from the code requirements to present adequate documentation on the plans.
On all 3?
Yes, on all 3.
Okay.
And then, so specifically to this issue, the Ohio existing building code does allow for deference given when the building is historic and when there is historic fabric required by a historic agency like SHPO or one of the other agencies that regulate historic buildings. Our request here is that if the lighting cannot be made, that the plans clearly indicate that due to the historic nature of the building, and cite the chapter, which I don't have in front of me, basically identify on the plans the chapter of the Ohio existing building code that allows for that exception to be made. The plans currently do not include that.
Okay. That's number 1 for sure. So Any more on the rest of them, Mr. Vanover?
Well, I mean, we'll get to them one by one. So we don't, because it's a lighting issue, not an access issue for the fenestration in this building, we don't have an objection necessarily to the lighting requirements, only that the plans need to clearly indicate why they are not code compliant and any determination by the design professional on why they do not need to be compliant.
Okay, all right, noted. So you know what you have to, Mr. Fields, you know what you have to do on that one. That has to be presented with the
Understood.
language put into there so that they can review it.
Understood. Will do.
Okay. All right,
Thank
number
you.
2. Mr. Vanover?
So, Mr. Chairman, I don't know that he fully expressed his request on number 2, but I believe it's the encroachment into the right of way. The plans, the design indicates that there will be required building systems, including a emergency generator that will not be placed within the building footprint, but will be placed in a vault that is in the right of way. We need, in order for us to approve that, the plans need to indicate clearly the lines of delineation. And in order to do that, there must be permission from the owner of that property, which is this, that because it's right of way, it's property held in trust by the city of Cleveland for use by the citizens of Cleveland. So we need to show on the plans, we need to see on the plans rather, indication that an encroachment permit has been drawn and the plats and the survey and the civil plans for the encroachment have been drawn, submitted to the engineering and construction section of the city of Cleveland, and that it has been approved by them. The building does require an emergency generator, and according to the plans and the information that we have currently, there is no permission for this generator to exist in the right of way. So I don't want to minimize the requirement, but ultimately there needs to be an encroachment permit designed, submitted, approved by the engineering and construction section prior to our ability to approve the location of the generator and the other items in this room, for lack of a better term.
Okay, Mr. Fields, you have any questions? You understand that one?
I do, but I have a comment. We're not actually asking for the generator to be in the right of way. The generator is within the footprint of the building, as indicated on the drawing number 4 on sheet PFT-01. What we're asking to put in the right of way are two rooms for air changes for the generator room. It would be CMU walls with doors, a floor drain, and a ADA compliant grate above that in the sidewalk, as indicated by the site plan on drawing 1. So I'm sorry about the confusion. We're not asking to put the generator in the right of way. And additionally, I believe, we went before PetPot back in November, and then we have since received 2 permits from the engineering department. One was for sidewalk disruption, I think, and the other one was possibly for encroachment. So I believe we have those. Well, we have 2 permits in hand from engineering and traffic.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, I apologize for my mischaracterization. There are elements required for the generator and for the generator room that are for the generator function that are being handled by this space that is in the right of way. So again, as I previously stated, the items in here are 106, OBC 106 items requiring more information from us or for us from the design professional. If the approvals have been sought and the plats have, or the survey civil drawings have been designed and they've been approved by PETBOT, which is the engineering and construction section, then it's simply a matter of providing those as part of the adjudication response so that we have them into the approved set of plans.
Okay, that seems clear enough. So we'll go to number 3.
And if Mr. Fields can explain number 3.
So we submitted, believing that we would not require fire service access elevator, which is required by OBC when the building is in excess of 120 feet. Our rationale for not believing that it was, that it would require the FSAE has to do with the highest occupiable floor height, the 9th floor of the building, which is less than 120 feet. The roof of the building, which has a 2-story elevator machine room, is indeed over 120 feet. But in our interpretation, we believe that that space not being, occupied on a regular basis wouldn't trigger that 120-foot condition, and also the elevators, for what it's worth, don't travel to the roof level.
Mr. Vanover?
And the reason...
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Fields.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to suffix by saying the reason we're asking, to not be designated as an FSAE is because of the generator requirements are already, the physical requirements of the generator are already pushing the limit of the basement height. And if we have to go from a 325 kilowatt generator to the next largest, we would be having extreme difficulty getting the generator in the basement.
Okay, that would be important. Okay, Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, as stated in the adjudication order of the plans, the request is that the plans clearly indicate the use of the floors. And we do have a plan showing, which in the plan set A106, it does show a roof plan. It shows 2 machine rooms, an undefined space on the drawings, as well as where we don't know what the use of that space is. And then no indication that these, if the expectation is that these 2 rooftop structures are penthouse structures as defined specifically by the building code, then we are asking that that the use and the function of these spaces on the roof be clearly defined as unoccupied penthouse spaces. With the understanding, there's nothing on the plan set. The roof plan is pretty sparse. We would need it indicated that it is the roof, that the spaces are penthouse spaces, and that it is an unoccupied roof, so that we can approve that accordingly. And then based on the building sections, we would agree that it does not meet the 120 feet. But this plan of the roof and the function of the roof does not clearly identify the purpose of the roof for us to even make the determination. And also, it's important to document in the plan approval that this is an unoccupied roof and will always be an unoccupied roof. So there's no opportunity for rooftop patio or any structures on this roof. But as we have received the plans now, they're not sufficient to actually make that review. So our request is that there is more explanation of what the structures are, what the space use is, and that it is an unoccupied roof.
Mr. Fields.
Understood. Excuse the ambiguity of the drawings and not requiring enough information. Apologies for that. We'll rectify that in my comment response.
Okay. So at this point, as far as giving variances, I don't think that's possible. Mr. Vanover?
Mr. Chairman, we request that you deny the appeal to seek a variance from the requirements of the code, and that you uphold the adjudication order properly issued. All of these items can be addressed by more information on the plans and an adjudication response.
Okay. All right, so that's, I believe that's the route we have to take. So we're gonna uphold the adjudication order and deny the request for the variances until more information is given to the city on, and the proper parties that are supposed to get the information. So that's kind of where we're at with this particular motion. Motion. Okay, motion by Mr. Bradley. Mr. Mr. Maskey.
Second.
Mr. Maskey, second.
Mr. Bradley? Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Mr. Bradley?
Okay,
Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
yes. Okay, thank you. That will be sent out within 2 weeks, but we'll get moving on that right away.
All right, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, conversation?
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Fields, you can resubmit that at any time. You don't have to wait for 2 weeks.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, take care, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anything else to come before us here?
I see Attorney Eric Allen is here for docket 3524.
35?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Okay, we would have to reopen that docket.
Before you do, if I may,
Yes.
Was it closed because the work was finished?
Yes.
Then we don't need to reopen it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay, you too. All right. Is there anything else to come before us?
No.
Okay, so we will adjourn.
So moved.
Moved and seconded to adjourn.
Second.
Bye.
All right, have a good week, everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a quick question before you guys diswell.